Hi Sabrina, how's it looking?
Hi Nick, it's a fresher feeling day out there, bright and breezy for many. We still have some signs of heat building in Sunday into Monday, but the heat isn't going to be widespread. If we do get a heat wave, it would be localised to easternmost areas in Wales. As for this afternoon, it is looking fine out there for the vast majority. It's a case of dry conditions. I wouldn't rule out 1 or 2 showers, sunshine and patchy cloud. Quite a noticeable westerly breeze too, and those afternoon highs peaking at 16 to 21 Celsius. That comes with some high pollen levels. This evening then, gradually you'll notice that cloud thicken and then more patchy rain and drizzle will move in. I think this will take a few hours to clear, and once it does, we're left with drier conditions overnight, a few clearer slots mixed in. Overnight lows 11 to 13 Celsius with southwesterly breezes. Our Friday forecast is looking mixed, a bit of a west-east split really. So I think the further west you are, the higher chance you have of quite cloudy conditions, mist, fog, patchy rain and drizzle, especially over some of the mountains. Whereas in the east, more of us will see some sunshine here and drier conditions, and that's why it will get to 25, whereas those temperatures for coastal spots in the west suppressed into the high teens. And tomorrow you'll notice the winds too, especially strong for some exposed locations, with some of those gusts locally in excess of 40 miles per hour. As for the weekend, it is looking a little bit more mixed. Sunday will be the warmest day of the weekend, and for both Saturday and Sunday afternoon, there should be growing amounts of sunshine. That's your latest. Nick.
Okay, Sabrina, thanks for that.
There has, Lucy. It's been a largely fine afternoon, but it has been on the breezy side in places. So you've probably noticed it has been a fresher day today, but humidity will build once again tomorrow into the weekend, and still signs of it warming up, but not for everybody. I think the heat really is going to be confined to easternmost areas, but still warm out further west. So here's the forecast then. So as we go through this evening, you're going to notice the cloud build. Visibility will be reduced in places, and we've got this batch of rain moving through. That will take a few hours to clear. Once it does, we're left with drier conditions overnight. We'll pick up southwesterly breezes with overnight lows 11 to 14 Celsius. Now tomorrow will be a mixed bag across the country. So for western areas in particular, that's where lots of you will hold on to quite a lot of low cloud, mist, sea fog, with some patchy rain and drizzle, especially over some of the hills. Whereas for eastern areas, that's where we'll notice more cloud breaks, the best of the sunshine for the likes of the southeast, for example, where we'll hit 25 Celsius. But it will be a breezy, if not windy day widely, especially for some coastal areas and higher elevations where some of those wind gusts will top out in excess of 40 miles per hour. Here's the pressure chart then this weekend. We do have lingering weather fronts with us. Those will bring more in the way of cloud, some patchy rain, but nothing too significant at this stage. So here's your Saturday forecast then. So areas of low cloud, mist and murk, patchy rain and drizzle. But through Saturday, for many of us, I think those cloud bases will lift, so it should brighten up with some sunny pockets developing. And again, highs of around 19 to 25 Celsius. With that, some moderate to fresh breezes. So let's look further out then. So I'm looking at western areas to start. So you can see temperatures do lift into the low 20s. So for many of you, that will feel quite comfortable where you do have the direct sunshine. You can see, generally speaking, there's a fair amount of fine weather coming up in the forecast. Meanwhile, for eastern areas, it's a different story when it comes to temperatures. So for the likes of Monmouth on Monday, we could get to 29, potentially 30 Celsius. Now, in terms of whether this will be a heat wave, nothing widespread. But locally in Monmouthshire, for example, if we do get at least 26 degrees for 3 days in a row, which for this location is possible, then perhaps a localised heat wave, but nothing too widespread this time. That's your latest, Lucy.
It is hotting up, isn't it, Sabrina? Thanks.